I usually don't really do seasonal videos like Christmas videos and Halloween videos and Valentine's Day videos, but who said it can't be my first time? So, welcome to a new video, guys. I am super excited for this one. It's a little different. I haven't talked about relationships in a while, and I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but let me know down in the comments or by liking this video. I actually wanted to film this video with my boyfriend. However, he's working at the moment, and by the time he's coming back, it's gonna be dark. Since it's not gonna work this time, I'm just gonna be doing it on my own, and I'll share with you guys a bit about my past relationships, my current relationship. One of the main questions I've received from you guys is, how do you handle jealousy in a relationship and how do you cope with it? How do you find somehow a balance, something that's healthy for both of you guys and not being too possessive with the other person? I feel like trust and communication in a relationship are the two most important things. And in my experience, when I had trust with someone, I rarely get jealous. I would say the main thing, if you're being extra jealous, well, first of all, are you trusting the other person you're with? Maybe you're not, and that's why you're jealous. And is there any particular reason why you're not trusting that person? Is it just in your own mind, or is there a real reason for you to be jealous? So I think that's really important to ask yourself. Obviously, if you're jealous, I think that's something you should talk about openly in the relationship. I don't think jealousy is necessarily something bad, as long as you guys talk about it. Maybe in similar situations, one of you is going to be jealous and the other not. But unless you talk, you're not going to be able to understand each other. You are not responsible to reassure the other person. Some people need it more than others, and I think it's really about understanding each other and what the other person needs to be reassured and to not be jealous. Again, that comes back to communication and how you're going to talk to each other and understand each other. Jealousy comes from two things. It's miscommunication and lack of self-confidence. I think if you don't love yourself and you're not confident in yourself, then you're most likely going to be more jealous because you are scared that that person is going to leave you alone and go with someone better than you. But if you really trust yourself and you really are confident with yourself and how good you are, then you shouldn't be scared of who else could that person meet. You know what I mean? And it's like, trust also that person. They have real feelings for you, then why are you being jealous? And in the end, you have to remind yourself that we are all humans, and at some point you might meet someone else, they might meet someone else. You never know what's going to happen in life, and yes, you're now together and it's working great, and so stay together for as long as it lasts and work on it and nurture and cherish your relationship that you have with that person. You're never going to be able to control someone else's feelings and desires, so all what you can do for that relationship to work is to work on yourself and give everything to the relationship and not expect anything in the return. And it should come from both sides, obviously. A lot of you asked, how do you handle a long distance relationship? And I've had another long distance relationship in the past, which was my first relationship, and I was really different from the relationship I have now with David. Right now I am also older and we're both adults, and that helps a lot if you both have some type of income, and depending also where you live. I live in Berlin and he lives in Switzerland, so it's really easy to visit each other. At least I go visit here a lot because it's cheap and I'm very flexible with my schedule. For him, it's a little bit more complicated because he has a full-time job. He just has responsibilities and he's not able to just take holiday whenever he wants, and rather keep his holidays for going on a trip together. So most of the time I'm the one coming, which I think if it would be more on a long term, I think it shouldn't be like that. Unless, I mean, if I had a full-time job, then we would just like share equally how many times each of you is going, but since I'm studying and I'm pretty much finished with it, I'm a lot more flexible than he is, so I'm happy to do the effort and come here. He's also paid for some of my travels as well, so that it would be kind of equal, and he often comes pick me up. So, you know, it's about working in it together. I think the fact also that we are in a long distance relationship, but it's not that far away, helps a lot. If I want to come for a weekend, I can afford it. So we are able to see each other pretty much every 2 weeks, which is not that bad. You know, I see every time that we are apart as an opportunity to focus on myself and my studies and work and everything like that. I do miss him, obviously, when I'm away, but I know I'm seeing him often again and regularly. I think if you guys see each other like every 3 months, that would be a lot more difficult. One other thing as well with David is that we know it's gonna be over soon. I have been in Berlin for almost 3 years now, and my studies are coming to an end. And in May I'm finishing school and I'm able to move wherever I want to. So I'm probably gonna be moving back to Switzerland or anywhere, so that we can be closer and see each other more often and don't be long distance anymore. I think that being long distance can be hard, but I'm trying to see the positive things about it, and it is that I wasn't fully ready, I think, to be in a relationship when I met him, and so the fact that we were long distance helped me take a step back and also really think about my decision and if I really wanted to be with him, and I think that was really good. And also the fact that I'm still really independent from him and we both still have our own lives separately, I think that it helped the relationship to somehow not start too fast and too intensely. So I see this as a transition from me being single to being in a committed relationship, and we are committed to each other from the beginning. I don't think I would like it to last forever, long distance, because obviously at some point you kind of like want to be with each other, and it's a bit frustrating that you can't just be spontaneous about when you want to see each other. I think it's also a lot about your mindset that you have towards it, and if you're very negative about it and you just struggle really hard when you're apart, it's gonna hurt you a lot, which was the case in my first relationship. I had no idea how to handle it, and we weren't seeing each other a lot, so it was a lot more difficult. I was really young, I was very fragile, I didn't know what self-love and self-confidence was, so obviously now I'm a lot more aware of that, and that really helps. So I do my best to see everything that's positive about being in a relationship right now, and it really works for us. If anything, it makes us stronger together, I feel. So there are a few more questions about relationships, and especially my relationship with David, and I think that would be a really cool video to record with him. If you're interested in that, let me know down in the comments. We could share more about our experience being in a long distance relationship, because this is something that we both might have different opinions about. If you have any more questions about that or about my relationship specifically with David, and questions for him or for me about us, feel free to leave a comment down below and we'll make sure to reply to it in the future video that we'll film together. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you enjoy watching my content, and